Hello, my name is Hannah Elliott. I'm an elite green status presenter with Younique. And so in this video, I want to talk about online events. Okay. And so at this point, you've taken some steps to get your business launched. And so the next step is incorporating online events. So first I wanted to talk about why we do online events, because really those are the bread and butter of our company. That is how we get success. That's how we connect with new people. That's how we make the most, the majority of our sales. And that's ultimately how we grow. So those are the main reasons that we do online events. Now, a little caveat is that when you have an online event, not all of them are going to be wildly successful. So if you have an event that doesn't go quite as well as you want to, don't worry, because we all have events like that. We all have parties that don't get any interaction, don't have any sales, but then we also have parties that totally rock. So don't get discouraged, just keep doing it. The more that you do it, the easier it will become, and the better you'll become at it. Don't worry about making mistakes. We all make mistakes. I am still constantly making mistakes. That's just part of it. Just keep doing. So I want to give you a few tips on first how to get a hostess, what an online event looks like, and a few steps that you can take to really make the most out of that event. But actually, before I get into that, I want to take a sec to talk about hostess rewards. Okay, so the way that the parties are structured on our site is in order to qualify, or in order for a hostess or yourself to earn half off price coupons as well as YCash, it first needs to hit the $200 mark in orders. So if it doesn't hit that $200 mark, or it doesn't qualify, then there are no hostess rewards that are given. So you want to make that, help your hostess understand that, so that she can push or just encourage any ladies who are interested to try something out. As well as if she is interested in trying something out, make sure that she contributes to that party so that her order counts towards those party points to get to those hostess rewards. And then so it starts at $200. That's when the hostess rewards start, and then it continues to grow, and then the next tier is $350, and then $500, and then $1,000. While the chart on your website only goes up to $1,000, that's not a max. It's not going to cut you off after you hit $1,000. You can absolutely go as high as you want, but you don't get any more half off items after the $1,000, or the percentage of the YCash doesn't increase. You're kept at that rate, but you still rack up the YCash. And if this doesn't make any sense to you, go check out the My Parties page on your website, and it'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, so let's talk about how to get a hostess. The best way to do it, especially when you're starting out with your business, is you want to reach out to all of your closest girlfriends. Okay, you want to reach out to the girls who are going to do anything for you, to your sisters, to your family, to your aunts, your cousins, your mom, your mother-in-law, your girlfriends from high school. You want to reach out to these people and just be like, hey girl, I just started this really amazing business that I'm so excited about, but I need your help. I need your help to reach some new people. Will you be a guinea pig hostess for me and host an online event? It's super simple. It's all on Facebook. All you have to do is invite some friends. And I'm going to tell you, your friends are going to be more motivated to host an event for you because they know that it helps you more so than trying to earn the products themselves. Especially as women. I feel like as women, we are more motivated to help other people than we are to necessarily help ourselves sometimes. I think it's just the way that, I don't know, just the way that we are, just the way we're created. So that's the first thing that you want to do when you are looking to create online events, or you need to set some up. That's who you want to go to. It's not so much, you're not asking for their money. you want their friends, okay? Think that's the mentality, is we want to go to our closest friends because we need to be connected to their friends, okay? So that's how we're going to get hostesses. That's, well, that way. And then also any customers that you have, you want to follow up with those customers, just after they get their order, because you can see in your office, you'll have or on your website in your back office, you'll see who's placed an order, you'll see when it's shipped, what the tracking number is, and when it was delivered when you look at the tracking number. So you can see when your customers receive their order. And so you'll be able to know when to follow up. I typically wait at like a week to 10 days after the order was placed, or, a little while after they've received their order, to just make sure that they've had a chance to try it out and to play around with it a little bit. You want to catch it before like that 14-day mark hits, just because that's the Love It guarantee. Okay, you want to hit it in to make sure that they're not having any problems with their product. So we want to reach out to those customers. If they're loving their product, encourage them to, I would love to help you get some more free product. Have you thought about hosting an online event, or an online beauty bash, or an online beauty bar, or an online makeup class, or whatever you want to call it? To earn some free products, so that when you need a refill or you want to try something else, you can get it for free or for half off. That's another great way to get some hostesses. Okay, so let's talk about structure. Now, a lot of this is going to be up to you, and I encourage you to kind of play around with it and find what's going to be best for you. The structure of your online event can be so many different things. It really depends on what you like the best. I know a lot of ladies who, I'll explain to you a few different structure options. The traditional structure, because when you create an event, or an online party on your website, it is automatically open for 10 days. And so the traditional structure is a 10-day party where your hostess invites her friends to either a group or an event. Personally, I prefer doing events, just because I think that it's people don't have as much of a problem being invited to an event as they do being added to a group. The other thing is that if you potentially are thrown into Facebook jail, because that does happen, it just kind of happens randomly. If that does happen, you can still post in events, but you cannot post in groups when you are in Facebook jail. Little caveat there. So personally, I prefer doing my online parties or online beauty bashes as events on Facebook rather than as groups. That's totally up to you. There are pros and cons to each side. So when you're doing your event, the traditional method or the traditional structure is a 10-day party. And so what that looks like is that you start off you create your group or your event, you post a welcome, kind of like introducing yourself, a little selfie or something, so that everybody joining knows what you look like. I like to do one where my makeup looks really awesome that day. Okay, I like to use that picture, and honestly, I normally use the same picture over and over again. And so then I post a little welcome, a little info about myself, super excited about the event and everything like that. And then from there, I create the link, and then the traditional structure with the 10 days is posting 3 times a day in the morning, afternoon, and evening for 10 days during that, while that link is open. So that is one way that you can do it. There are a ton of party post examples that you can use. If you don't have a lot, get in touch with your sponsor. She'll be able to help you out with that. Or check your team page. I'm sure that there are some in your albums that you can use. Okay, so that's one party structure. Another party structure is you don't have to do 10 days. You do not have to do 10 days. You could do a weekend, just for like 3 days or something, where you just post for 3 days about one product. Or you could do like a week. You could do a one-night event where, you take 30 minutes and post 10 to 15 different things all at one time to give everybody a good idea of how that goes. It is completely up to you how you do that. There are several different party examples and scripts in my team page. If you want access to that, let me know. And I can get you access to that. So really the goal of those posts are you want to share your favorite products. And I say that you want to share your favorite products. I'm not meaning necessarily all of the products, because Younique carries a lot of products. We have a ton of options, okay? And it would be way too overwhelming for you and for anyone participating to sort through every single product. And so I encourage you to pick 5, maybe 10 products that are your all-time fave. Okay, you get a ton of products in your kit. I definitely recommend that you get the Flawless 4 bundle, that foundation kit, and pick like 5 to 10 of your favorite products and just focus on them. Just focus on them. I mean, if people ask about other things, you can absolutely, obviously, give them more information. I always like to post a link to the full catalog so that people can check it out, check out all of it, as well as on your website. They're going to see it all there too. But definitely don't worry about trying to share everything. Focus on your favorite things, the ones that you love the most, because people will recognize your authenticity when you are sharing your excitement about a product. If you have not tried a product and you are trying to share or tell someone about it, it's not going to be as convincing. It's not going to be as real. And it's not going to work as well, rather than just sticking with the products that you love and that you try. You don't worry about, if you don't love something, that's fine. That is totally 100% fine. Just focus on the ones that you love, because then your customers are going to love them too. Okay, so let me see what else I have here on my list. So we've talked about why we do parties, how to get hostesses, simple structure. If you have more questions about a good structures, message your hostess, or not your hostess, message your sponsor. They can help you out with that. The content of your party posts, and honestly, don't stress about your party posts. Just get stuff out there, okay? Get things out there. And when you're putting together party posts, I suggest that you create a script for yourself, or you grab some images from somebody else and then just use it over and over and over again. Keep it on your phone, in albums on your pictures, and all the scripts like in your notes on your phone, or something that you can just quick copy and paste. That's going to make your life so much easier when you're doing events. The other thing is that as much as you can, I encourage you to use pictures of your own face. Now, it doesn't need to be 100% of the time, because it is nice for customers and people who have faces that look different than yours to see different faces. But I definitely encourage you to use, as much as you can, pictures of your own face, because using the products, or videos of your own face using the products, because your friends and your hostess and the people who are in the event recognize that it's you and believe it more because you use the products, and they can see the effect that it's had on you, because they're building the relationship with you in this event. The more that they see your posts, the more that you interact with them, they're building the relationship, and that is key in this business. And then they're starting to trust you. So when they see you use the product, then they see that they can see themselves use it easier, if that makes sense. Okay, so the last thing is like the most important key, actually. The most important key, the way that you're going to get the most sales out of your online events, and the way that you're going to connect with the most people and expand your network, is that you need to not only post in the party, not only reach out to your hostess and keep her informed on how things are going. As the party progresses and you get any orders, you want to post thank yous and message anyone who orders, so that the hostess knows who's ordering, as well as the people who order know that it was received and that you got it, and can feel a little appreciation for you or from you. But the most important thing is you need to message the guests of the party. Okay, if it's an event, you need to message every single person who RSVPs going, or maybe, and even everyone who sees the invite. And you can even go as far as message every single person who is added to a group, or invited to an event. If they RSVP not going, I like to respect that. You know, I'm going to respect that. I'm not going to bug them. But you need to message them. And it doesn't need to be a complicated message. And you're going to get a lot of ignored messages. But the more that you message, the more people that you will have respond to you. It's all a numbers game. It's all a numbers game. The more messages you send out, the more people that you are going to talk to, because then you're putting more lines out there, and so your chances of getting a bite increase. So the message can be really, really simple. Really, really simple. And honestly, the simple messages are going to be responded to the most. Sending out a message, just be like, "Hey Sarah, thanks so much for joining Lindsay's Beauty Bash. How do you know Lindsay?" That's it. Just say that. "How do you know Lindsay?" And then you wait for her reply. You could send her a Facebook or a friend request. If she's RSVP'd going and she's like interactive with the post, definitely send her a Facebook request. She's going to see that request, most of the time accept you. Even if she didn't respond to your message, she's going to accept your friend request, and then she's going to see the message pop up. Or you could tag her in an event or in one of the posts in a comment and just be like, "Hey Sarah, just sent you a message." And then she's going to reply back like, "Oh, I went to high school with Lindsay." And you're going to be like, "Oh, great. I know Lindsay from the park. We go to the park every week with our kids." And you could just leave it like that. You could just leave it like that and just be like, "I'd love to stay connected with you. I just sent you a friend request." That is expanding your network. That is building your friends, because we're in the business of gathering friends. That is how we build. We gather friends. That is expanding your network. If you want to be a little bit more of a hard sell, you could take it a step further. And this isn't even really a hard sell, but just, a little bit more of encouraging a unique conversation. You can just very innocently ask, "Have you ever tried any unique products?" And then wait for their reply. Treat this like a conversation. You don't need to dump all kinds of information for them. Give them information as they ask for it. It's ask a question, wait for their response. Ask another question, wait for their response. And so it's back and forth, and it keeps them engaged, and it helps you know what they're looking for. It helps you cater to what you say to what they need. So for instance, if you ask someone, "Have you tried any unique products before?" And then they reply, "Oh no, I don't really wear makeup very much." No problem. Younique has a wonderful skincare line. Are there any skincare issues that you're having? Or are there any skincare needs that you're having right now? Or maybe they reply, "Oh my gosh, yes, I love their liquid foundation. It is my favorite thing ever." You'd be like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so glad. That's my favorite too." And then you can ask, "Have you tried our eye palettes? They are gorgeous." Or another one of my favorites is our detox mask. Just really simple and authentic. You don't need to dump all kinds of information. Just keep it like a conversation, like you would in person. So messaging the friends is key to success with your online events, because that's taking the conversation into the background, which is where the success happens. Those personal private messages, those private conversations, that's where you're going to find out what their needs are. That's where you're going to be able to help them color match if they need to, find the products that they are looking for, save them some time, because we want to provide service to them. We want to make this easy for them and make it so that they're like, "Oh my gosh, this girl totally has my back." And so they are going to come back to you with any questions that they have. If they need any kind of new product, if they're like, "Oh, I need some new face wash. What do you have for me?" That's going to happen when you take that conversation into the background and try and find their needs. And if they already have something they love, great. Then find something that they don't love. Is there anything in your makeup bag that you need to replace or refill? Because, if they just bought a new foundation, then they're not going to be wanting to talk about foundation, but maybe their mascara is running low, or maybe they're getting tired of their eyeshadow, or, you don't know. So you have to ask the questions in order to really find out what they're looking for and what they need. So then you can cater the conversation to them. And that is going to create more success for you. Okay, I think that that's everything that I wanted to do, or that's everything that I wanted to talk about. And so just to wrap that up, you know, we do online events because they bring in sales, they expand our network, and those are the two main things. They bring in sales and they expand our network. We talked about how to get a hostess. We talked about the structure of online events, and we talked about the basic idea of your party post. Don't stress about it. Keep it simple. Keep it really simple. You don't need to dump all kinds of information in your posts. You know, don't worry, don't stress over the content of your posts. Just get it out there. And then you need to message the friends, okay? Messaging the friends and friend requesting. You can't just message them. You need to actually send out the friend requests, because then you are actually building your network. And so then even if they don't do anything, then when you're posting every day on your personal wall, they're seeing your detox masks results. They're seeing your liquid foundation. They're seeing your new eye look. They're seeing all of these products. They're seeing the way that Younique is affecting your life. And then maybe, you know, in a month or 2 months or 6 months, they're ready to try something out. But that is how we build our business. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always reach out to your sponsor if you have any questions. They're there to help you. And good luck with your online events. I know that sometimes it's hard and sometimes they are not successful, but that's why we just got to do it. We got to do it. We got to keep practicing and just do a lot of them. And that is where success happens. And so do an event and then do it again, and then do another one and do another one and do another one. Good luck. And I'll talk to you guys later.